There can only be one. Upon a notice board in Toussaint, Geralt spotted a mysterious notice inviting all who dared undergo a test of virtue. All who wished to face the challenge, clearly to their character above all, were to find their way to the Isle upon Loch Seleve, or Seleve, something like that. Our Witcher found the notice intriguing enough that he resolved to see what the test entailed. This is another notice board quest. And actually, of all places, it actually takes me right back to the same cavern where we just dealt with the, that whole, spider problem and then went off on our Pokemon Snap adventures. I want to say somewhere in, yeah, it must have been in this direction, because that would have been where the, right over there would have been where the two worm nests were. What are those ruins? That's curious. Those look kind of cool. But right here in this middle of this weird little island, this eyeball island, which I was making note of when I was looking at the map in the first place before, is going to be where this quest is located. And we're going to go check out what we can find there. Look at that castle. That can't be the quest, right? That wouldn't be on an island. Is that on an island? Is that an island castle? Am I pointing in the wrong direction? It'd be on my right at this point. So maybe not. No, this is the lake. Okay. I'm like, why is there a castle in the middle of the island? Why would you put that there? That seems awfully questionable. Yeah, the distance is all wrong. All wrong. So we're just gonna casually swim across in our armor with our wet metal weapons, because that's what we do. In total disregard for the smart way of handling things, we just go swimming as a witcher across the ocean, across lakes in the middle of the night. Because I am apparently an unreasonable person. I don't know. That's what I do apparently. I'll wait till sunrise. Everything just looks better when the sun's up. It's kind of a bummer to watch cutscenes when in the dark, so I'm trying to avoid it unless it's actually taking place underground or something. So somewhere around here, I'm supposed to investigate something. Those are just plants, right? Yep. There's actually another lake inside of the island, as if it... Oh, and there's an island inside of the lake inside of the island inside of the lake. Huh. An island in a lake and an island in a lake. I can't... Oh, there's also a seam in the lake right now. Oh no. I don't think I'm supposed to see that. It looks like a glitch in the water.
I'm walking on water. Just like...
Like who?
Like a pond skater. Who are you thinking?
No matter. I suppose you thought nothing else in life could surprise you, eh? Wrong.
I wonder if this guy's a reference in some kind to like the new prophet story. Someone wrote a book about an up-and-coming prophet. It was supposed to be based on some ways... Hello, sword. On the, it's like a variation on Christian faith or something like that, where it was a new prophet that was basically there to tell them that all the current religions were wrong, but it was just a general concept of, like, just idea of living as someone who defies how the world works, but then not being able to really communicate that in some ways. And I just remember a really specific... I don't remember the story very well in general, actually, but I remember a very specific element where they could walk on water, just like you would hear in, like, with, like, Jesus-type imagery. But then they could also swim inland. Like, there's a total contradiction of just strange concepts. So while the story's faded in my head, that specific thing is burned in there, like the weird idea of swimming on land. It's too bad this weird piece of water is just kind of glitched out. Looks really strange. Only can really see, you only really make it out when the darkness is there, but you can definitely see, like, there's, it looks like, the edge of an area in Minecraft when it's not loaded correctly. And it's like the random generation didn't work out. That's too bad. Oh, it happens in a few places, doesn't it? It happens over here, too. I think what we're gonna find out is that this is all a trick. This is not even actually water I'm walking on. It's just a giant pool of jello. And that's why chunks of it are missing, because animals came by and ate at the edges of it. But anyway, I can't think of it right now, but I think lake inside of an island inside of a lake inside of an island, like, that might be some kind of song, or that seems like a specific reference that I think I've heard before somewhere. Just gonna walk on up here. Now it's my island. What are you gonna do about it? Get off. I can push you off.
Hey, happen to know how the hell I can walk on that water?
Naturally, I know. Since time immemorial have I dwelt in solitude on this shore, and I can testify to the extraordinary nature of the lake.
What's so extraordinary about it? I mean, besides the fact that you can walk on its surface.
A sword, most wondrous, lies in its depths. I watch over it. The blade may be grasped solely by one who possesses the 5 chivalric virtues.
Folk call me a lot of things, but virtuous? I don't know.
Yet I do know, for I know who you are. You have proven yourself capable of great sympathy. You are a man of honor, as many can attest. Of humble means yourself, you showed generosity to others. Your valor is the stuff of legends. Reason guides your actions, as it does those of all who are wise. You have proven the 5 chivalric virtues dwell in your heart.
Mean the sword's mine? I can dive in and take it?
The sword deserves the hand of a master. You must prove your skills are worthy through combat atop the water's surface. Are you ready?
Anytime.
Then draw your blade.
Unnerving. Ow. He's been watching me? I should probably be alarmed by that. I guess I'm just gonna burn him to death now, right? Sorry. No big deal. You should probably jump in that water. Oh wait, you can't, because you float on it. You should probably work on something about that. I don't know how you're gonna fix that problem. I don't know. Seems like a you problem though, honestly. If you don't mind. I'm just gonna get in your brain for a second here. Oh crap. It's fun to do that. Oops. Alright. Quen needs to be reestablished or I'm gonna be in some trouble here. Can I Irden a mage? That'd be fun. Can I Irden on a lake surface, for that matter? Oh, that's... Oh, he's going Gara on me. No, no, no. Oh, don't disappear on me. Oh, he's doing it again. He's doing it again. Oh, he's gone full Gara. Alright. Block this with your water. Ow. Oh, whoa. He's good with the staff. That's nothing to toy with. It's not saving him at the moment, though. Oh, what are you doing? He disappeared for a moment there. Oh. Seriously, that's really unfortunate that you're burning constantly as somebody who has so many water powers. This should be the worst spell to use ever in this type of situation. That is a monsoon. He's attacking me with a monsoon right now. Excuse me? Alright, let's turn the favor. Okay, I couldn't really test that properly because he dispelled it before I got to use it. That was kind of tragic. Oops. Didn't mean to trigger that late. I wanted to see if I could... Oh, he got rid of my Quen. I was trying to see if I could dispel his spell with my Quen or not. Here. Let's see how this works out for you. There we go. That'll keep you busy for a moment. Okay, not really. Oh, I missed my range. Yeah, Axie and Ard are less than effective at actually stopping him from doing stuff. Really, the go-to thing should just be to use this a lot.
You have proven worthy of wielding the blade, beyond all doubt.
Behold, your Arendite.
We've met before.
Certainly. The hermit admitted he knew you, remember?
The Lady of the Lake.
It is I. Forget not that you are a man right and honourable, devoted to doing good. And for these reasons you received the blade. Now bear it. And I trust this time you shall not lose it.
Wow. In a weird way, I kind of called that the lady in the lake was in this game, because earlier when we were dealing with the bird lady, I thought she was the lady of the lake because she was disappearing at the edge of a lake, which was totally not correct, but that makes this a weird coincidence. When they say they met before, I don't think I remember meeting her before in this game, so I assume that's a previous story, either from the books or from the games. Erendite.
Just wonderful.
Kind of figured that was going to happen. I can't help it though, Duralis and Associates has absolutely ruined the Lady in the Lake for me. Oh, I guess it is water after all. With magical floating properties. Because now I can fall through it, but it's still in its jello-y form. But for those who don't know, the Duralis and Associates episode 1, and an ongoing joke is that there's they have the Lady in the Lake that keeps promising people the Zephyr Blade. But she keeps giving people things that are not the Zephyr Blade. Like a stick, or a rubber ducky, or whatever they feel like, and they'll be like, it's the Zephyr Blade! And then the person probably runs off and gets themselves killed because they're using some crap that is not the Zephyr Blade. And then if they come back and call her out on it, she'll just give her something else, like, you're right, that was a test, this one's actually the Zephyr Blade. And it's a stick. Erendite, Silver Sword. Huge damage. Each blow generates charges, which increase sword damage by 10%. Charges are lost over time, or when receiving damage, a fully charged sword always deals critical hit damage. Damn. Killing a foe with a fully loaded sword will expend its charge to permanently increase the weapon's damage. Permanently? Whoa. So if it gets fully charged and then I kill somebody, it'll increase its damage. Huh. Damage is increased by 0 right now, up to a maximum of 10, minus... increasing along with your character level. I'm not sure what that part means exactly. 10, maybe that's not a minus, maybe it just means increases up to a maximum of 10, and that number is just going to get bigger later. I thought it was 10 minus my character level. I'm like, wait a minute, that's a negative number. That can't be it. Just generally way higher damage, 150 higher. It's probably worth using at a sacrifice of 25% sign intensity, unfortunately, but otherwise probably worth it. Also, it's got a cool quest attached to it, and it was a magical sword that made me float. Is this it? Yeah, look at that sword. That's fantastic. It's the Zephyr Blade. And that was a cucumber. Okay, nope, that's the true Zephyr Blade. I've got another quest in mind way up here. Before we do that, I'm just curious about this place. There's ruins and a town over here. I kind of just want to see what these ruins are, because they just seem kind of substantial. And hey, we'll visit the town over there. That town might have some quests for follow-up, and it might have a travel point or something. What is the deal here? I almost missed this. No man can be called good who does not share his prosperity with others. Generosity is required for dignity in life and peace in death. Valor does not make one good. Yet how many good men have you met in your life's journey who were cowards? Those who possess valor do not hesitate to stand against the majority, no matter what the consequences. Oh, over here. There are many traits which bear witness to a man's true nature. Compassion is what separates men from beasts. Whoever feels sympathy for his fellow man will never turn a blind eye to misfortune. He will instead always stand in defense of the wronged. And I jumped weird. Wisdom is a virtue which one should strive to cultivate throughout one's life, for it is impossible to be so wise one cannot ever become wiser. The wise know this: as we journey through life, we should seek to make wise choices. Remember, wise choices are not those which make your lives easier or simpler. Often, they make them more complicated, but always, they make us better. This is some nice little language here. I think I skipped one. Was it you? Honor cannot be purchased. Honor cannot be sold. For its value is greater than all the treasure in the world. Yet one can lose it, and whoever does so shall have sullied his name for all eternity. A truly honorable man stands behind his actions, faces every challenge, and refuses to lie. Huh. That seems like 5 tests. And he said he was watching me, and he said that I've shown him the 5 virtues, so... Interesting. I wonder if I could have come here sooner, and he would have then been like, go prove to me that you are those 5 things. And then I'd have to do that somehow, in less than clear ways. Or so. Now, alright, well, have fun, comments, trying to piece together which things I did that qualified for those 5 things, because apparently I'm too badass to be put on trial for any sort of challenges, and instead I just walk into a room and automatically succeed, because I'm just already that good. I don't even have to prove it to anybody. I just, bam, did it all on my own without even knowing there was a test happening. Ow! I almost died. And now I'm gonna drown myself, apparently. Holy shit. Let's go ahead and cast some spells. That'll make me feel better. Holy cow, that was, first of all, that at first I was like, how the hell did I almost die from that? But now that I'm looking at it, that is a shockingly that is way bigger of a fall than it seemed like when I was actually falling. Is that gold? I don't think that's any kind of ore. I think that's just a weird discoloration. I thought that was gold ore sticking out or something. Wow. Wow, in the middle of that speech, almost committed suicide within like a particle. That's impressive. Thank goodness for the echidna decoction helping me heal with magic, so I don't have to waste my swallows at the moment. Ah, okay. They're gonna make this difficult for me, are they? But I am Geralt the Great, and Geralt the Wise, and Geralt the Honorable, and Geralt the Generous, and Geralt... Oh, I forgot the other ones. Doesn't matter, I don't even need to be reminded what they are, because I'm good without knowing. That was a rumble. What was that rumble? Oh, that was the rumble of me running out of stamina and it replenishing. I thought it was the rumble of a dragon, or a griffin showing up. There's deer. There's a camp. But only? Only deer? Shouldn't there be humans or elves or something? Interesting. On to the ruins. I don't need... Ow. Not having a good time with hitboxes today on topography. It would be interesting to see if somebody could piece together exactly what decisions I made and what quests that made me qualify for all of those already. Because I assume it'd have to...
Wonder if I'll find anything Merton left behind here.
Oh, Manticore related stuff. Interesting. It'd be... I assume it'd have to be stuff from within the DLC, because otherwise how... Like, I don't know. CD Projekt Red is crazy. They might actually take the time to code that quest to check decisions for the entire base game that they think would show those conditions. Or maybe I've just done just enough quests to show how great I am just in this place. Wait, whoa, that's a person. But I mean, that's conceivable. Like, I took part in a tournament on someone's behalf. I cured 2 different people's curses. I've given people, I've helped people out without needing anything in return. I've followed through on my word. I guess I've been busy this expansion. I figure we should have... Oh, convicts notes. The guards understand nothing. They have locked me in here and believe that means it is all over. Yet it goes on. To those who enter this world through my head, stone walls are no barrier. They shall continue to do these horrible things to men, yet this time the blame shall not be mine. I hear now the sound of falling drops of water. Each splash against the stones is like a pounding on the doors of my head. I know I cannot keep them behind those doors for long. They know that as well. Soon, I will once again hear their mocking laughter, their ridicule. The spoon shall come in handy. I have rubbed my hand along its handle so long, it feels a part of my flesh. Now I shall bar shut the doors to my head once and for all. A spoon. Why is it always a spoon? Every time there's a spoon involved, I just assume it's going to somehow involve that asshole again. You know the one. Oh. Wire, rope, and a pipe. When there's a corpse with wire, I just assume that they got killed by a wire. Who's this person we saw over here? I figured we should approach them from the front, whoever they are. Hi?
Damn, you're ugly.
Oh. Okay. Wait, what are you? Ew. You're an owl? Oh. Sound waves. She's using sound waves. Oh. What the hell are you? Whoa! 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 Excuse me, sounds like a job for Írden. That sounds for this job for slow the hell down. In a weird way, it's like a recap of the previous fight we had in the basement. Ow, she's a slappy one. Who's all slappy? Well, she'll melt like all the rest. Oh. How you doing? Getting all Bernie? Thank you, Írden. She's not friendly. She's just standing in it too, it's great. Oh no, that's really bad. Please stay alive. Is she gonna heal from that? Is she gonna heal from that? She's not hitting very hard. Weird. That was really weird. Alright. She wasn't hitting very hard that was a vampire. I should have put vampire, well, no reason to put vampire oil on when I wasn't hitting her in the first place with the sword. But, that was a weird fight. I wonder if that was a Witcher contract that I just never picked up yet. Because I don't think I have one. Let's look for her in vampires. I'm curious about this one. Alps. Looked like a Bruxa, but that was no Bruxa. Fragment of a conversation between the Elderman of Falcone and a Witcher. Or Falcone. Alps are vampires that resemble Bruxa in appearance. They are called phantoms by some, a name which fits well enough, for like phantoms, they haunt and torment men. They usually take on the form of a woman, though they can appear as animals. They are most often found prowling near villages. They attack at night and are most active when the moon is full. Alp saliva can make one fall asleep, and when applied to a sleeping man can invoke horrible nightmares. Some suggest they are the cause of legends about men who go to sleep healthy and are found in the morning white as snow, not a drop of blood in their veins. Vulnerable to moon dust, vampire oil, black blood, and as you would expect, Írden. So am I going to sleep? She very specifically jumped on me and went for my neck, but I don't think she did any damage, so that could conceivably have been her attempt at putting me to sleep, and maybe me being a Witcher is the reason why it didn't do anything. Because of the Witchers are supposed to have very severe resistance to old things, elemental. Hello, you're probably Manticore gear. Oh, it's locked. Toussaint Knight's Gauntlets, why not? Librarian's Memoirs. I embezzled and I stole. I admit this and I am ashamed of my actions, but what was I to do? My salary as a scribe was so laughably meager. I was reduced to borrowing coin from my mother. I was a thief, but I also did a great deal of good for the palace library. Who secured the import of such tomes as the Lives of the Prophets, De Hemorrhoidibus? Oh God. The Art of Midwifery for Maidens and many others. The palace library has me to thank for the storehouse of all knowledge needed for a merry and satisfied life, and other rare tomes, such as Speculum Aridum, or Arium, and De Larvis Sand et Figuris Camixis. Theft and embezzlement mean nothing. A true man's value shows in the manner in which he treats books. Why is it in the walls? Presumably people died here over and over again. No much whetstone. Cool. Oh, black armor dye. You can make it as a recipe now. That's cool. So this must have been some kind of prison that's long since broken down, and someone must have made a camp over here. Mostly with stuff that I'll probably just end up selling. And there's a locked object here, but we need a key. And you gotta wonder where that is, right? So I assume that these things are in the walls because people would write notes and then they would slip them into the masonry or something while they were imprisoned for, probably forever or until their executions. Because this kind of era and setting is usually not the best one to be imprisoned in. Hello. Clerk's diary and key. Fragment of a journal soiled with blood and spinal fluid. Oh goody! It pretended to be just another day as a clerk in the ducal treasury. Start the morning with baguette and camembert, then shuffle some parchments and head for home before dusk. Wow, good job me. Today, however, the normal order of things was disturbed dramatically. I came across a highly interesting note in the archives, and, along with it, a key. The key is the more interesting find, because according to what I could decipher from the dust-covered scribblings of the note, it opens a chest full of gold coins, but I'm getting ahead of myself. While doing some routine straightening of the files, I found a report outlining procedures for the reform of Bastille Prison. Orders straight from Duke Henry Grass. We all are aware how badly this experiment ended, for the ruins of that prison, to this day, frighten any potential tourists with their battered skeletons and legends about howling spirits of the murdered guards. Yet I did not know that hiding among the abandoned ruins there was a chest, and that its key was lying right under my nose. The chest supposedly contains crowns meant for the purchase of books and rations for the inmates of Bastille. One of the clerks employed here at the time committed a sin of omission and sent the chest to the warden without the key. Yet, perhaps that was for the best. The warden was impaled, and the guards all skinned alive, meaning those degenerates would have also got their hands on the chest, and had he received the key. As it is, might the chest still be there, unopened? Folk say a curse has fallen on that place, a dark power brought down by the bestiality of the murders it beheld. But folk also say an Ulferi will become emperor of Nilfgaard and herald the end of the world, so there's not much point in giving any such jabbering much credence. Look at that, the Toussaint prison experiments. Is that a reference to the Stanford prison experiment? I wonder. Hello? Note of a death row convict. So many little messed up notes here. The sun is now rising. I shall make use of its light to write this letter before they come to take me to the gallows. I do not know who shall read it, or indeed if anyone shall. Perhaps I am writing only to myself, to cast this out before my execution and cleanse my heart. Yes, I killed him. Until now, I have lied in an attempt to avoid punishment. I still believe he deserved death for what he did to me. Did I do wrong? Perhaps. Yet he was most assuredly a bad man, one who deserved death. The gods shall make the final judgment, and they shall deliver the sentences, mine and his. I hear the guard's steps. May the gods watch over my soul. So I don't know if it's a reference or not, but a lot of the stuff in this game is the Stanford prison experiment. For anyone who doesn't know, was this is a student-run I think it was a student-run project. I don't know if a teacher actually caused it or anything, but basically they just they divided a class or a group of people and volunteers at least, and half of them were going to pretend to be guards in a prison, and half of them were going to pretend to be inmates, or maybe not half. The numbers aren't important. They were split into two groups, and what they found is that when the inmates were when they lost all power and the guards had all the power, they found that even in a hypothetical situation, even when it was all for play and not real, and they all had lives to go home to afterwards, the guards quickly started to abuse their power and just be generally awful people. And so the idea was that it brought up questionable concepts about the idea of that power dynamic just in real life. But of course, it's not the most ethical experiment, and it's questionable what information can be gleaned from it for sure, but it's a common thing to point to when you're talking about people abusing their power. And this place fell apart, and doesn't end well for them, but who knows if there was any connection of the concept at all. But I do believe I found the location, given where we are. Ooh, Ducal Captain's armor and trousers. Lesser mutagen transmutator, blue to red. 4 florins and 176 crowns, and a work order. The work order, yep, there it is. Order for the reorganization and reform of Bastille Prison. To the Warden, by decree of His Illustrious Grace, Duke Henry III, Jacques Olay, Warden of Bastille Prison, is required to implement the following reforms. Dismiss half the prison's guard staff. Okay, that's we're already probably in trouble there. Forbid the use of corporal force against the inmates. Discontinue punishment by dark cells, limited rations and flogging. Permit the prisons to possess private property. Allow prisoners to walk at will around the penitentiary grounds. Purchase, using the included funds, victuals of the finest quality. And hire a teacher to instruct in reading and writing, and purchase any equipment necessary for said instruction. His illustrious Grace, Duke Henry III, believes these changes, based on models popular in the more civilized lands of the South, will result in lowering of the rate of crime in all of the duchy, and by showing young offenders a pathway to a new life. Junior Clerk Philip Jordi Simbardo. Okay, that's dark. So, the other person hypothesized that perhaps it was for the best that never got opened, because then they would have gotten a hold of that too, but well, you don't know what the timeline is necessarily, but it sure seems that if they had gotten that open, they may have been able to take steps towards improving the quality of life around here. Because instead, it sounds like everyone was just going insane and losing their minds and being executed and being mistreated, and it was just creating a place of suffering for people who were already suffering and making other people suffer and perpetuating all these negative cycles that were just going to make things worse. So it's a boar. It might not attack me. It'll probably attack me, though. Let's keep away from it. I want to check out this town over here. Sometimes it's just good to explore in these games. You find... That's... It's just... I lose my mind at this game. Like, these are barely... Like, for the most... You can barely qualify that some of this stuff as being quests. I just wander off in a direction and crazy stuff happens, and there's so much detail everywhere. And what the fuck is that? Quen? Is it... I don't think it's friendly, is it? An abandoned site. What are you? It's a giant. It's a cyclops. You gonna throw rocks at me? They usually do that. Hey, buddy. You're looking a little burny so far. Oh god, I can't see anything. I think I'm stuck inside of him. That was tragic for me. He's gonna melt pretty fast. The fleshy ones usually do. There we go. The idea that he just said... he comes across as some sort of crazy god figure when he just casually sits down and meditates for 24 hours. We see the sun fly by and fast forward, and there's suddenly a civilization all around him, like he's starring in a Sid Meier commercial or something like that. There's even dogs. People had time to get here and get sick, apparently, judging by that guy's cough. Holy cow. Although I will say the illusion is somewhat interfered upon when you spawn these guys too soon, because they spawned all the villagers while the sky thing was happening, but you could hear that guy coughing in the background during the entire sky scene, if I was remembering that correctly. So they spawned they started making sounds before they were supposed to necessarily be here.
Witches or not, you've still to bust your bum.
No, screw you, buddy. I just made this whole place possible. You don't get to tell me what to do. You're still to bust your bum. Shut up. No thing. There's no... These are ungrateful people. They're awful. Oh, he's just gonna keep saying it, isn't he? Alright, good for him. Did I at least get a teleport? I did not. Alright. I could visit down there. That's another town. I'm kind of curious. Let's go on an adventure. What can go wrong, right? Hey, Roach, I haven't seen you for a while, but I think it's about time. There you go. And he comes majestically galloping out of the woods, where he was, I don't know, taking a dump, like horses do. Are we on the right? Wait, am I gonna be in trouble on the side of the river? The answer is yes. I do not want to be on this side of the river. There's nothing over here besides the boundary of the map.